Alright guys, this is T&B Metals. I'm back for a little update on some copper I got. Got quite a bit of wire in this box. It's a little dark in here. Got the garage door shut. It's been raining. It's like 4:02 in the morning. You can see in here there's some SO cable. That's the big black wire. Then there's a lot of number 10 gauge. There's some big copper pipe in the bottom, and there's some 6 and 8 gauge in here too. I'm going to get to stripping on some of this, and I ain't going to video all that because, I mean, you've seen everybody strip wire. I use a strip master, so it ain't like Project Shop FL where I can burn through this box in 10 or 15 minutes. It's going to take me a while. But anyway, I'll come back in throughout the process and update y'all a little bit, but I'll show you the pipe and the bigger gauge wire when I get to it, and then give you the total of what I end up with what I had. But anyway, for now, I just wanted to show you this box. I've stripped a little of it, but just kind of getting set up and this, that, and the other. The only downside to this load of wire is it is super dirty. It come out of a room that we had a lot of transmission fluid in, and where we cut converters open, and of course, you know, the floors are oily and the tables are oily and the conduit was oily, so everything's pretty oily. So that's another reason why it's taking me a little longer. I'm trying to wipe them off a little as I run them. Once the insulation's off, the actual copper is clean as it can be. It's just nasty handling the insulation. But I'm gonna get on it. I'm gonna stop the video for now here. I'll get on it, and then I'll bring these back in a little bit and do a little bit of an update. And then there's another welding lead that I'll get to. I've done a video on those. I like doing them. There's a couple pounds of copper in it and some brass, and they're not too awful bad to do. But and there's a couple extension cords in here that come off of old fans, and a couple of old magnetic stick-on lights and stuff like that. Of course, they're just going to be cut up and put into my insulated, because I'm not going to strip them. I used to, and I found that for the time it takes and the weight I take off, there's probably no money in it. But I will strip this 10 gauge and 8 gauge and the SO cable and all that. So I'll be back in a little bit when I get a little bit done. Alright guys, T&B Metals. We got this loaded up. Got a little number 1, little number 2, and a little number 1 insulated. B, that's the B in the T&B, is at school today because he chose to be lazy. So he won't be going with me today. So Jay, my daughter, will be going with me today. So y'all have seen her Jeep before. Well, now you can see her. That's Jada. So she'll be going with me on this trip today. And a few minutes we'll be back with a ticket, and we'll see what does it weigh and what does it pay. Alright guys, I'm back from the scrapyard. We ended up number 1 copper with 25 net at $4.10 a pound for $102.50. The number 2 copper 102 net at $3.98 a pound for $405.96. And low grade insulated copper wire, they give me 90 cents a pound for 18 pounds for $16.20. And that was actually better than low grade wire. But the only thing I really don't like about this place is you don't go back where the scales are. You stay out front, and which I weigh my stuff before I go. So there's never been a kind of a conflict about the weight. But I mean, had I known that he was going to give me low grade wire for that, I wouldn't have sent it, because it wasn't like extension cable, you know, extension cord, vacuum cleaner cords or anything like that. It was actually legit THHN. It was just small stuff. And but it was a different scale guy than I normally get. And so I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, prices are pretty good anyway. So anyway, we ended up with we netted 145 pounds product for a total of 524.66. Of course, like I said, I have to get a check, so it takes about 3 days for me to get my check back. But I really do like this yard. I like the normal scale guy, which he wasn't there. Well, he was there, he was just doing something else. But yeah, that's the only thing I disagree with was the low grade. It was worth more. It wasn't low grade wire. But anyway, that's the ticket for the wire. And thanks for watching. Subscribe. And we'll see you on the next one.